All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Gosh, it feels like AI news just never stops, does it?
It really doesn't. Constant motion.
Exactly. And here we are again, diving into another really dynamic day. September 4th, 2025 wasn't just, another day. It felt like a snapshot of this fascinating AI paradox we're living in.
How so?
Well, we saw some really unexpected collaboration, side by side with fierce competition, and then you throw in some genuinely tricky ethical questions, plus just enough innovation to, well, keep us guessing.
A typical Tuesday in AI, then.
Huh. Pretty much. Okay, so let's unpack this. Our mission today, as always, is to cut through that noise and really pull out the business and societal impact that you need to understand.
And understanding that impact is, frankly, more critical than ever. AI isn't some far-off concept anymore. It's actively reshaping industries, enterprise operations, even, our daily routines.
Right.
So understanding these underlying trends, the why behind all the headlines, it's absolutely crucial if you're trying to navigate this space.
Speaking of navigating,
Uh-huh.
wow, our first big story today really took me by surprise. A potential Apple-Google partnership for Siri.
Yeah, that one raised a few eyebrows.
I mean, Apple. The company known for doing everything in-house, that closed ecosystem. Reportedly talking to Google about testing a Gemini model for an AI-powered Siri.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like the rules are changing in real time. These tech giants are really scrambling, aren't they?
What do you think is pushing Apple here?
Well, it's a massive indicator, isn't it? Even for a giant like Apple, AI is so fundamental now that they might be willing to ditch that, decades-old, not invented here.
Good to get that.
Essentially, it shows the sheer intensity of this AI arms race and, frankly, the enormous cost of building these frontier models yourself. And this isn't just a minor tweak they're talking about.
Right, this World Knowledge Answers project.
Exactly. The goal seems to be transforming Siri into a proper answer engine, something that can pull together text, photos, videos, local info, much more intelligent. And the financials are interesting, too. Reports suggest Google's custom Gemini, running on Apple's own private cloud, came with more favorable terms. Better than the, $1.5 billion a year Anthropic supposedly wanted for Claude.
That's the rumor. And Apple also apparently backed away from talks to buy Perplexity.
So they chose integrating with a giant over buying a startup. Is this just about cost, or is Apple maybe admitting their internal AI isn't quite there yet, or is it just pragmatic given the talent drain we've heard about?
I think it's largely pragmatic, though maybe a bit of both. It's this really striking contrast, isn't it? Seeking help from a major rival for a core feature, while at the same time dealing with this internal AI brain drain.
Like their robotics lead heading to Meta.
Right, Jian Zhang to Meta, other researchers leaving for OpenAI for Anthropic. It just highlights this fierce talent war. So even giants like Apple have to make these tough, pragmatic choices to stay in the game. But, even with a powerful model like Gemini potentially involved, Apple's track record on Siri upgrades, well, let's just say I'll believe it when I see it.
Fair point. It's a reminder that even the biggest players face real challenges and sometimes have to make counterintuitive moves.
Definitely.
So if Apple is rethinking its walled garden, Google just got a boost for keeping its walls up. Ironically, thanks partly to AI. They just won a big legal battle.
Ah, the antitrust case.
Yeah. A federal judge ruled Google won't face a forced sale of Chrome or Android, despite the search monopoly findings. That's huge for them.
It is. What was the judge's reasoning there?
Well, this is the really interesting part. Judge Amit Mehta explicitly wrote, and I'm quoting loosely here, that the emergence of Gen AI changed the course of this case.
Wow. So AI itself influenced the ruling.
Directly. He cited ChatGPT and other AI tools as now being a genuine threat to traditional search. Because of that, the Justice Department's push to break up the company was seen as an overreach.
So Google keeps Chrome and Android?
And they can keep making those massive payments, like the $20 billion a year to Apple for search placement, just as long as the deals aren't exclusive. It's almost like their AI rivals accidentally saved them from being broken up.
The irony is pretty thick, isn't it? Especially when you remember folks like OpenAI's Sam Altman and Perplexity had actually shown interest in buying Chrome if it had been spun off.
Perplexity even floated a number, right?
Yeah.
Like $34.5 billion.
So something like that. So yeah, the very AI rivals threatening Google's main business, search, effectively helped Google keep hold of Chrome. Strategically, this legal clarity might now free Google up to push harder on its own Gemini-powered browser ideas.
Integrating AI even deeper.
Exactly. It just shows how tangled up the legal fights, the market competition, and the tech advancements all are right now.
It really is a tangled web. Okay, let's shift from corporate strategy to how AI impacts us, as individuals, maybe even in ways we don't realize, like applying for jobs.
Ah, yes, the AI hiring study.
Get this, a new preprint study found that large language models, when used for screening resumes, consistently prefer resumes written by other AIs over ones written by humans.
That's quite a finding.
It's a big deal,
Yeah.
and the bias is strong. Here's the real kicker. The highest preference was for applications written by the same AI model that was doing the reviewing.
So the AI likes its own work best.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
In their simulations using models like GPT-4o, LMA 3.3, 70B candidates using the reviewer's own model got shortlisted 23% to 60% more often than equally qualified humans. It's like a digital echo chamber.
Yeah, and that really makes you wonder, what does this mean for fairness, for diversity in hiring? Are we creating this AI feedback loop?
It's a serious question.
It absolutely is. If AI is consistently favoring its own kind of output, you could end up filtering out genuinely great candidates who just wrote their resume, like a person. So what does this mean for you applying for jobs now? Do you have to use AI?
Does it become table stakes just to get past the first screen?
That's the worry. Does this need a systemic fix, or do job seekers just have to adapt and use the tools? It's tricky.
Very tricky. Okay, from subtle biases in hiring, let's turn to something more direct and frankly more concerning. AI safety, especially for younger users. OpenAI just announced new parental controls for ChatGPT.
A needed step, certainly.
Yeah, they're rolling out within 30 days. Parents will get oversight for their teenage kids using ChatGPT.
What kind of oversight?
Things like linking accounts, filtering content, and this seems important, getting alerts if the system detects signs of emotional distress in the conversations.
How are they detecting that?
They say they're using guidance from medical professionals to set the thresholds, and they also plan to redirect conversations that seem emotionally charged towards reasoning models to handle them maybe more carefully.
Mm.
And the context here is, well, it's grim. This comes right after OpenAI faced its first wrongful death lawsuit. Parents whose son apparently discussed his plans with ChatGPT for months before taking his life.
Right. That case put a sharp focus on this.
It really makes you pause.
It absolutely does. And look, parental controls are positive. They're necessary for minors. But the bigger issue, what some people are calling AI psychosis, users treating chatbots like therapists or confidants in serious crises. That's still a huge ongoing problem with no easy answers.
Yeah.
It just throws the ethical responsibilities of these AI developers into really sharp relief. It goes way beyond just blocking bad words. It's about mental well-being.
Incredibly weighty stuff.
Yeah.
And it highlights the responsibility that comes with this power. Okay, let's shift gears a bit, maybe from the purely digital to the physical. Embodied AI. Tesla's Optimus robot.
Ah, the latest prototype reveal.
Yeah, there was a video on X that showed the next-gen Optimus answering questions from Mark Benioff, the Salesforce CEO. It was demonstrating an early integration with Tesla's Grok AI assistant.
What did the new prototype look like?
It had this new gold color, which was different.
Yeah.
And the hands were described as much more detailed. Although, honestly, in the video, they looked kind of stiff, almost like mannequin hands. Didn't seem functional yet.
Right. I think Tesla mentioned before the next-gen hands would have actuators in the forearm, working the fingers with cables. That would be a big step up.
For sure. Still, it shows the direction.
Right. Absolutely. This is all part of that huge, ambitious push to get AI out of the computer and into the physical world. That's critical for actual real-world tasks, beyond just software.
Still early days, though.
Oh, definitely. Those hands, like you said, looked more for show in that clip. But it signals the direction. A truly capable humanoid robot, powered by something like Grok. That's still a long way off, but these are the steps towards it.
It shows the ambition, yeah. Okay, speaking of different directions, let's talk about something that's kind of the opposite of Tesla's approach, in a way. Switzerland releasing Apertus.
The open source model, yes. A very different philosophy.
Totally. This comes from EPFL, ETH, Zurich, the Swiss Supercomputing Center. A large-scale, fully open-source language model built specifically for transparency, privacy, sovereignty, and multilingual inclusion.
And when they say fully open, they mean it, right? Data, weights, everything.
Exactly. It's auditable. The training data, the model weights, the documentation, all out there under a permissive license. And it's not small scale either. Comes in 8 billion and 70 billion parameter versions.
So different sizes, including a pretty powerful one.
Right. And it supports over 1,000 languages
Yeah.
with like 40% non-English data, which is huge. You can deploy it through Swisscom's platform or Hugging Face.
What's fascinating here is, well, it's the why it matters. Having a truly open, privacy-focused model in a world dominated by closed, proprietary systems, that's important.
A counter-narrative.
Precisely. It tackles those big concerns around trust, around data sovereignty, making sure diverse language communities aren't left behind by models trained mostly on English. It offers a different path, one focused on community access, being able to check the work, local control.
A really important alternative.
Definitely. The big question, of course, is can models like this truly keep pace with the massive resources the tech giants are pouring into their systems? That remains to be seen. Hashtag tag, 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 outro.
So wrapping all this up, what does this whirlwind day mean for you? We've jumped from surprising deals between giants like Apple and Google to legal twists involving AI itself, then dived into how AI is impacting job hunting, raising safety concerns.
And then swung over to robots taking shape and a major push for open, transparent AI.
Exactly. It really paints that picture of the AI paradox.
Yeah.
Collaboration, competition, ethics, innovation, all happening at once.
It really does. And I think the key takeaway is that the AI landscape is just this incredibly dynamic mix of tech breakthroughs, tough ethical questions, and let's face it, strategic power plays. Just knowing about this stuff isn't enough anymore. It's about understanding it, applying it, and that requires critical thinking, questioning things, considering all the angles in this incredibly fast-moving world.
Couldn't agree more. And as you go about your day, thinking about all this, maybe chew on this question. Given how subtly AI is weaving itself into everything from job prospects to our online chats, how can you make sure these powerful tools genuinely empower you, empower us, rather than maybe accidentally limiting our choices and our future?
A crucial question to keep asking.
Absolutely. Keep exploring, keep questioning. Thanks for diving deep with us today.